This is the base camp up here. Down where people arrive, they're going to be greeted with appetizers and a nice little pavilion in the blueberry grove. We're going to be grilling flatbreads down there when the guests arrive. Our menu is pretty vegetable heavy and really kind of captures the time and place of July 16th, 2011. There's going to be a lot of beautiful food plated here and beautiful setting. I think people are going to have a great time.
Components that already make the vine as great as it can be.
My name is Matthew Domingo. I'm the director of Farm to Fork Events, this traveling circus that you see behind you. I am a graduate from Oregon Culinary Institute. I'm really excited now that I see all the things that Oregon Culinary Institute is doing, taking students out to tours of farms and having them understand that good food comes from somewhere. And if we don't do our part as chefs to help preserve those sources of the food, then we're going nowhere. Today we're celebrating the farmers of Wealth Underground Farm and several other farmers that we have here. Mr. David Padberg from Park Kitchen and his crew have created this wonderful meal, a lot of which is coming straight from the farm. When I graduated, I did my externship and got a position at Park Kitchen, and I got a chance to cook, farm-to-table food for the first time at that restaurant, and it really inspired me, and my learning as well at Oregon Culinary inspired me. I was actually at an OCI dinner. It was the pork project, the wine dinner aspect of it, and I happened to just sit right next to them and told them what we were doing, and they told us what they were doing, and so we said, hey, let's do this. We're just trying to celebrate local food and celebrate this movement that we all find ourselves a part of.
What do you think of this experience so far?
I love it.
What is it that you're enjoying so much?
Being able to use the techniques and skills that I've been training for.
Hi, my name is Lola Milholland, and I am with a nonprofit named EcoTrust. We publish a magazine called Edible Portland, which is a free quarterly magazine about farmers and food production. I had attended a dinner at Oregon Culinary Institute related to a pig project that they were doing. I was sitting at a table with an I guess that's not quite the right word, Oregon Culinary Institute graduate, Matthew Domingo, who had founded a project called Farm to Fork to bring eaters out onto local farms. And also two guys my age who were farming on a piece of land in northwest Portland. I asked them where their farm was and realized that it was property that my aunt and uncle had owned for 30 years. I would come here many times a year and love it here very much.
How's it going so far?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
It's going well.
Is this kind of what you expected from helping out here today?
We're a little more involved than I thought we would be.
Yeah?
Nice.
Hi, I'm Lita. I went to OCI. I graduated October 2008. I'm a sous chef at Violetta, which is in Director Park downtown. I was with Matt. We went through school together. He's the man behind this event.
Welcome, my name is Matthew Domingo. I'm the director of Farm to Fork Events, and I want to welcome you all to Wealth Underground Farm.
We were all sort of in awe of him because he seemed very professional and very knowledgeable. But he was also very humble. He was made it very clear that he went to school to learn more.
Tonight we have a wonderful meal from Chef David Padberg. A lot of the ingredients from the meal are coming from this very farm, from Wealth Underground Farm.
And I think he really enjoyed his time at OCI. He was one of the more involved people, as I recall.
And we'd like to thank Nolan, Chris, and Eric, who you all will all get a chance to meet tonight.
He was a lot of fun. He was and very, very driven, very intense kind of student. So you can tell he had a goal and a mission. I think that's what he's living out now.
It's really about connection for us. So it's about a connection between us as eaters to the food that we eat. It's about our connection to the people that grow that food. and it's about our connection with each other, because tonight we're going to be one big happy family up there in the forest. So we hope that you guys can kind of see the meaning behind what we're doing and enjoy a wonderful meal and drink some wonderful wine as well. And maybe take something home with you to your own communities.
I like seeing the farms. Living in the city, we have the farmers markets, but it's rare to actually see the farms themselves. I like the opportunity to speak with the farmers.
Why don't we all just raise our glasses and make a toast to all those people and celebrate the winemakers and chefs and everyone else, the farmers who are here with us tonight. So cheers.
My name is Nolan. This is Eric. And this is Chris, and we run the show here. Currently, we're a CSA farm, and I know lots of you here probably know what that is. But for those of you that don't, essentially we feed 30 families for 25 weeks from June 1st till Thanksgiving. An exciting development this year is that we're able to offer some SNAP benefit shares, which means that people who are dependent on food stamps can also be CSA members. We feel very much part of the tradition of homesteading that has been here. So working towards self-sufficiency, but also thinking about it as working towards more community sufficiency.
One of our greatest strengths here on the farm is the degree to which we've been able to pursue a diversity of agricultural projects. This farm, in the 3 short years it's been here, has provided tremendous opportunity to a lot of people to learn about agriculture. Their experiences that would have been very hard to come by any other way. And so it's in that way that we're sharing that knowledge and we're building our community.
We live in a place full of predators and scavengers, a place where a human, living non-violently, must share with his or her neighboring creatures. We looked out the back of the house and saw 2 or 3 elk grazing in what is now the perennial berry garden. Out of that kind of desperate situation was born Elk Watch. And we would drive the van up to the top of the garden. Those first few nights especially, the elk showed up. My preferred method was clapping and shouting. That was how I would get them to take off. Nolan, on the other hand, he was into kind of pushing forward in the car, and then with his foot, he would hit the horn. We're now going to kind of walk down this path up and into the next meadow.
Give me an oval spread right in the middle. Yeah.
I'd like to introduce you to our winemakers of the evening, to Barnaby and Olga Tuttle. So give them a round of applause.
We're trying to make wine that's more about the soil, the place, and the people than it is about the fruit or the oak. We want to make wine that makes people happy and makes food taste better.
Looks good, guys. If you need a little acid boost, I got some Sherry Vin here. Let me grab some of these, guys. Lay a few on each plate. Follow Blake down with the fish.
Plates always look so good when you get them in the restaurant.
We were real honored to be able to work with David at Park Kitchen and to actually get to experience the food that we grew. We wouldn't have met Matthew had it not been for a dinner we shared at the Oregon Culinary Institute. And I also want to give a huge thank you to Brian Wilkie and all the folks there for embracing us and bringing us in and becoming share members and having us to the restaurant. You do great things in the city, and we're really glad to know you. So thank you.
I don't know that there's any greater joy for a farmer or a rancher to be able to share the fruits of our labor with others, because it's a huge affirmation of the work that we've been doing, and it's an inspiration.
I've never seen that.
just want to let the rabbits kind of rest there for a moment. What are you working on, David? This is the vegetable accompaniment to the rabbit. It's quinoa, peas, carrots, and turnips. Staging.
I'm learning all your secrets.
Yeah. Now Sam's going to open a restaurant.
Yeah, I don't think so. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Please welcome the Mayor of Portland, Sam Adams.
Instead of the usual political speech, I'm actually going to play the banjo now. Psych. We have a lot of work to do to have the kind of food security, food quality, and end to hunger that we're truly capable of. We're very lucky. We're very blessed. We live in the part of the world that can grow so many things, and yet we still have so much hunger. You got around your table a little handout about Fresh Exchange that works with Northeast Coalition of Neighbors and the great Portland Farmers Market to help bring fresh, affordable food to all Portlanders, and to not just end hunger by giving fresh food, but also helping people grow their own. So you're part of an event that helps move forward our goals to be more food self-sufficient and end hunger. So I want to thank Matthew, Aaron, and everyone else I mentioned, and you for being here.
People ask me where to go, and I tell them, Park Kitchen. So we have Ranchero El Rancho. It's where the buffalo roam, and we always hope they don't roam too far. And part of the reason that we do this is that we believe in raising things in a natural environment so that they're healthy, and then the food that you consume is also healthy.
I think we can go ahead and put our utensils on the plates. Get ready to go.
So delicious is coming because sometimes I forget to bring
I picked up last week. They're doing great.
Are they doing all right?
Yeah, I'm letting them actually do stuff, right?
That's good. That's good news. Kirby, how was your day today?
It was great.
You good? All right. Matt was a great student. Actually, the first time I met Matt, I remember he was coming to check out our school and said, I'm interested in going to culinary school, but I'm going to be traveling around the world for a while. As Matt was traveling around the world, I continued to get his blog via email, and eventually he showed up and just top-notch student, obviously.
Just put a little on there and then just push it off the side so it cascades.
I always had so much respect for Chef, and when you would come through the classes and see what everyone was doing and give your feedback or your praise or whatever. I mean, it was like I played sports all my life, and it was great. It was like having that really inspirational coach kind of come in and make you work a little bit harder and kind of give you a sense that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I appreciate that.
Well, it was great, man.
It was a great experience. You know, I had my little quarter life crisis, and then did a trip around the world, and then came to you guys, and then got hooked up with David, and it was like this wonderful progression, and it was because of OCI. And if I would have chosen other schools, I don't think that I would have had the same experience. Good. Honestly.
Push the sauce, cascade off the side.
Incredible job.
Thank you. Incredible job. Thank you. This is Jared Rennie, owner of Noble Coffee down in Ashland, Oregon. Best coffee, I think, on the West Coast, but the winner of a Good Food Award this year.
The soft dollop I was looking for right there. Dave, Kirby, are you guys paying attention to the vocabulary we're using here over here?
Yes,
soft dollop, cascade.
Part of our mission with Farm to Fork events is to call attention to like-minded organizations, and as such, all the gratuities or tips or donations that you'd like to give tonight will go to Fresh Exchange. And we have David Sweet here to kind of share
the great work and the necessary work that Fresh Exchange is doing in this community.
I read today that $1 in our country will buy you 1,200 calories of potato chips, or 900 calories of soda pop, or 175 calories of fresh fruit. And it's numbers like that that are leading us to a two-tiered food system. Fresh local food for those of us who can afford it, and processed high-sugar, high-calorie foods for the rest of us. At Fresh Exchange, we're trying to do something about that. Your generous gratuities tonight will support Fresh Exchange, and every dollar that you're able to give will be $1's worth of fresh food on the table of a family in need, and it will also be $1 in the pocket of a small family farmer that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So thank you.
And I used to work with Chef David Padberg, and he was kind of the inspiration for Aaron and I to deciding to come up here and do these events in our way. And without him, we couldn't have done it. So we thank him so much, and we want to bring him up to have him tell you a little bit about himself and his food philosophy and what you ate tonight. So let's give him a round of applause. What a delicious meal.
Thank you, Joe. And thank you, Matthew, for that generous introduction. I moved here 9 years ago, and I was drawn here by the wealth of the land and the character of the people. And we really have a great community of hardworking people in agriculture here. My own philosophies about food and cooking: I am a great lover of vegetables. And hopefully you enjoyed the vegetables that you had tonight. And there were a lot of them. Vegetables are hard work. They're a lot of work to grow, and they're a lot of work to prepare. So it's very difficult, and that's the bottom line why most people don't do it. I care enough, and it really expresses a lot more of, this is something I've been telling people all day, it expresses a lot more of the time and place, exactly where we are right now. The very last of the radishes and the last of the turnips, but the very first of the tomatoes and the short window of broccoli. It's all happened right here today. A lot of people in the community have been a part of this of tonight, and I really hope that you guys have had a sense of that. It's a great honor to prepare this for you, and I want to thank you for coming and being a part of it. I also want to thank my crew, who really helped me to pull this off. There's some real talent. I also want to thank Matthew for bringing this show to the Willamette Valley. I think that's all I have to say. Hopefully I've said enough, maybe not too much. Thanks for coming.
And we'd also like to sing Happy Birthday for Chef Brian Wilkie right now. So.
Happy birthday, dear Brian.
We're going to put it over.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir. I just want to say thank you all very much for coming. We'd like to introduce you to our friends, the band Greenish Gray, who are going to follow us around this year.